My name is Victor Harris, and I'm the president of OCP Neighborhood Association, which is located, the northbound is Quindaro, the southbound is Parallel, and the westbound is 18th Street, and the eastbound is 13th Street. The kids, they started out with that program. We felt that litter was a really an issue in our neighborhood. So we started out with something small, not knowing where the program was going to go, but we just tried, and it's turned out a pretty success with the litter in the area, creating something that'll be different that the people would see and recognize, and see that there's some changes coming through. So we started with that program, but mainly with OCP, there was a lot of senior citizens. So I have to, basically coming in and working with the kids so we can get the kids to develop a good relationship with the senior citizens to in return make our community better what it is. There's a gap that's there that we really need to try to bridge between the senior citizens and the kids, and it's just not enough effort. So with these kids, that's just something we're trying to do. Our elderly neighborhoods are basically my senior citizens, and they're all retirees, and a large percentage of them are females. So, you have to take in consideration they can't really get out and do what I'm asking the young kids to do. So in return, the young kids would do what the senior citizen can't do, and in return, the senior citizens help the young kids on the other end. So it's kind of like a work together relationship. Senior citizens make the phone calls because they can't get out and do the things, and the young people, we want to come out and do the physical things in the neighborhoods, Just going and talking. Basically, they have the OCP meetings that have, and basically we talk. Whatever somebody is doing in the neighborhood, the whole, in order to get it solved, is communication. You've got to talk about what this neighborhood is doing, what that neighborhood is doing. The barrels is something that's physically seen, and people see it because we paint them orange and pink and red and yellow. They're kind of colorful and it stands out. But we need to find out what other people are doing and going. So the kids will be going to the meetings with me so people can see them, and then we can find out what other people are doing and come back and adapt that. We've brought them together and talk. We've got some of the young people we're going to bring in and start incorporating them to be the presidents, the vice presidents, the secretaries, and the treasurers, so they will be mentored by the presidents, the existing administrators there. So that way they can learn how the neighborhood association is ran, how it's operated, how to even go up to City Hall and go to different meetings. We have the livable neighborhood, and we're taking them out there to go to livable neighbors and see how that functions out there. So they get to see outside of OCP also how things run. Is for my kids to see how the community is run, how the government is run, how even right now the issues of BPU, how do you go by trying to get lights, taking care of BP? How do you try to go by getting trash picked up in the neighborhood? All of the necessities that we have in our neighborhood, I want them to learn who do they go and talk to try to get the correction. Instead of overlooking it, find out what a solution is to correct it. So therefore, I'm teaching them to meet all the way from mayor, completely down to the commissioners, to city officials, how to get things done in the neighborhood. And my goal is my senior citizens, because with the young kids, we can work and do things that the senior citizen can't do. So it's making a partnership with our senior citizens to make it easier for them. We were looking at here in the summer is working with some kids, and we're going to adopt certain senior citizen house where we can keep their yards, plant some flowers. If we can get enough people that we're looking at the school system, come let's maybe paint the house or do little fixtures around it and be self-sufficient and not depend on agencies outside of OCP to come and do things, and let us take our kids in our community and do it ourselves. Since I've came on, I've only been president but a few months. I think the litter, I mean, because I could see the changes. Then we got a lady that has a garden that she's into it. She really wants to do something for the kids because she appreciates that one single barrel right by her area made a difference for his litter. So I could see, and then I talked to some business owners that's on Quindaro area. They noticed that the trash is not there. So that barrel, and then also was another neighborhood association, Kensington, wanted to find out how we did that barrel. She quit asking me about how do I go by doing it. So I think that's something that Kensington might be trying to do. I like to see the community putting more effort into our kids, finding out, talk to them, resources. There's other things that they need to be doing with that we've gotten to a point that I just think they need to grow a little bit more and see other things. The whole thing about life is the kids. It's trying to come up with, those are our future. And we need to come in, whatever resources we got, to try to make it better for them and introduce them into other activities, not just one thing, but spread them out. Let them learn. We was talking about activities where maybe teach them to play chess or how to play dominoes, how to do archery, how to do floor exercise. Because we can go 20 miles south of us, and there's all kind of activities going on. The kids in the Wyandotte County area are just complacent with basketball. The city needs to know that as a child, I was raised in the area, and I have actually brought commissioners and put them in a van and ride them through my neighborhood and let them see. As a child, there was alleys that we used to just run through and play, and the people could park their vehicles in their alleys instead of parking on the street where a lot of cars are getting damaged. My senior citizens, they only got one vehicle, but those alleys and stuff, why the city created some of those problems by putting those big concrete blocks and blocking the alleys out. Vegetation grew all over the place. Now the city says it's the responsibility of the community to clean it up. I don't think that's fair. In my neighborhood, the streets, my neighborhood, I've been there now 56 years, and they've never asphalted my streets. The original curves and sidewalks are there. We've got one place in my neighborhood on Hawthorne where the sidewalk has buckled, so the kids, instead of using the boards on the skateboard, they use this sidewalk to ride a ramp, because the tree had buckled or something that's buckled the sidewalk that bad. I got pictures of it. The kids, one time we picking up 27 tires that's being dumped in our neighborhood, illegally dumping. And I'm trying to get people, if you see somebody illegally dumping, call the police, call 911 and let them know they are illegally dumping. It's just the city needs to put effort into the infrastructure. We can make our city looks good, and it look good on the outside of the structure. But once you come inside the infrastructure, it's a lot of work. I know it can't be done overnight, but they need to make an effort to do something to the sidewalks, the curves, the alleys and stuff inside there. I've got 3 abandoned houses pushed down that was burnt, that's been burnt. One of them had been burnt over 5 years. And then I start calling the right people, knocking on the right door. We got 3 houses in OC pushed down that was burnt. That's been sitting there that I'm sure the city knew about it. Nobody pushed it and got it done. They are gone now. But there's other stuff that need to be done.
Right.
And I'm going to teach these kids how to go through the system, how to go through the city council meeting, who to talk to. So therefore they can go and say, Mayor Holland, why is this in our neighborhood? Why do our streets look like this? Why do we have the trash and debris? As a kid in this neighborhood, I came up to where there was a grocery store, Milgram's on 18th Street. We had A&P that was on 13th. We had a total of 4 grocery stores within a 5-mile radius. We had LA Furniture, which was up a corner where you could buy all your furniture and you wash it. We had shoe stores. We had Mr. Fields' tire place right on the corner of 18th and Quindale, where we kids would go get our tires fixed. We had a pool hall that was right there close to where Mr. Wilson's was. We had Miss Newman's, had the best butter burgers that you could probably eat, was on the corner of 10th and Quindale. We had facilities and businesses up and down the Quindale Northeast area that everybody was pleased. The people looked after each other. We took care of each other. During that time, if we was cutting up and we saw something, that neighbor saw us, we respected him and we did what we were supposed to. But there was a feeling of unity in the neighborhood in that Northeast area. It was stuff, it was there. We had, everything was there for it. Now, we had something that sounded small. We had a car wash right there on the corner next by McCall's gas station. We had a laundromat that was down the street right on 10th, it was one down by Milgram's 18th Street. We don't have any of those essential things now. Not even a car wash, not even a laundry store. We have nothing in the Northeast area that people should be proud of and say they live in that area. We have more vacant lots than the average farms out west of Kansas. And instead of going in, trying to rehab some of the things there, the answer to them is push them down. You could take those facilities. Back in the day, we had 20 good men that was teaching the men how to do a trade. We could take those facilities there, find a single mom with 3 or 4 kids, take one of those houses and rehab it. Let her come in and do some work in it, and then she could pay that house off faster than she can pay when we finance cars, and it's hers. But you take the men in the neighborhood and you taught them a trade, your carpenters, your electricians, and do it. Again, you're taking care of your own community. You're being self-sufficient. That talent of what we need is right there in that neighborhood. We got people that want to work, that want to do something. Well, they said about security. Find the individuals that are unemployed, put them to work that lives in that neighborhood. Who knows that better neighborhood, the security better than the people that live there? And let those individuals, you're putting work there, you're letting people, giving people a security, a feeling of security back home, because your own people are your police and your own. Number one, we start out and develop the mind of being self-sufficient. And all the neighborhoods come together. Forget your titles, forget about what you're doing, and come together and let's start doing things at home. Don't sit around and wait for City Hall or UG to do it. Let's be on our own and start doing things. And once we start, my philosophy is do as I do, not as I say. If you see me out picking up trash and cutting down debris and trees, come and help me out. Then return, I'll come in your neighborhood and we help each other out. And that's how we're gonna have to get it done. Sitting around waiting for somebody else to do it. Is just start thinking in 2017, start being self-sufficient. You have my number, I have your number, and we work together. We work on each neighborhood at a time. Parkwood had a situation where they was picking up trash in the area. I found out, I went and helped them out, and we picked up trash up and down. Miss McFields is the president. I went and helped her in the area, and that's what we got to do. Go in different neighborhoods and help these other resources out. Bring the kids, bring everybody together, and let's start working together.